Do you still have too many meetings and still leaving yourself on mute? Hold off your next meeting and check out this AOC 27-inch monitor designed for professionals like you and me and to keep you on track and be ultra productive. Its model number is Q27P3QW and this is from their P line and is aimed towards a business-to-business community. There is a link to AOC in the video description so you can go and discover more for yourself. But let's jump straight into the design. So made from a black textured design around the monitor housing, mainly on the back and the front and the bezels, and then really changes when you come to the base plate. So slightly squared, rounded corner base plate. It has a brushed textured design again, plastic feel to it, but the column and stand is actually made of metal as well for sturdiness. But this middle section is suitable for a wireless charger, or if you want to, like me, checking out the latest devices. I've actually got my Q27P3QW 10 power bank sat on here as well. As you'll notice, it has a clean three-sided frameless design, so you can still see a little bit of the bezels on the left and the right and the top, but they are as narrow as they can be, so it means your content goes right to the furthest edges and all the way up the top. Your bottom bezel holds your AOC branded logo and also then 5 small pill-shaped buttons that you can use to control your monitor and navigate through. And each button has a little pictogram above it to identify what it does. If we check out the buttons from right to left, first of all, you've got an LED indicator that will tell you when your monitor is on or off. There is also a dedicated power switch underneath the back of your monitor near the power supply, so you can actually hard turn your monitor off. The first button will turn your monitor on or off, and that LED indicator will change, and then when turning back on, it will jump into where you left off. Next to that, you have your menu button, which allows you to change and navigate your way through the menu, select different options and set different settings for brightness, contrast. There is options for gaming, so it will be able to do a little bit of gaming, but there are some options inside here. One thing to note though, to use the USB hub that's on your monitor to the left hand side and at the back, please turn USB on as well inside the menu options. The next button will allow you to change the volume, so you do have 2 built-in speakers, both 5 watt. Okay, monitor speakers are not the best, but it's great to have anyway, because you're going to be having meetings, you need to listen to presentations, and also you can sit back and enjoy a little bit of content. The next button will allow you to turn your mic on and off, as this will help them with privacy. So you do have a built-in mic, which you may notice with the built-in web camera up the top. And then finally you have your input selection, so you have 2 HDMIs or 1 display port. So for me, HDMIs are going into my Mac Mini, my MacBook Pro, my Windows device, and also then testing out the PS5 and the Xbox. And also you could put it into the new Nintendo Switch 2 if you wish. One feature you may need if you're using this in a large office, or if you want to just keep it really locked down in your home office, is a Kensington lock for extra level of security. Once you've removed the column and base plate with a little catch, you're able to connect a VESA mount if you wish, so 100 by 100 connection. And if you wish to use an arm or even a duo arm, so you could have 2 of these panels sat next to each other with the narrow bezels, you could have one larger display. And if you want to purchase these, AOC do have them available on their website, and I will make sure to leave them linked in the video description. So you have your power connection, and with that you have that dedicated switch, as I said, to save power, and of course save those pennies. Wait till you hear the price of this monitor and you'll be really grateful as well. Next to that, you have your HDMI. So you've got 2 HDMIs at 1.4. Then you have 1 DisplayPort 1.2. Then we have our USB hub, which is USB 3.2 Gen 1 and 1 port fast charging. So you're going to find 2 ports on the back underneath the bottom bezel, then 2 ports on the left hand side when stood up. I think here I would have preferred to see the fast charging on the left hand side, a bit easier to find. Then you have a USB Type B upstream connection. I've hooked this up to my Mac Mini. You could hook up to your laptop, plug and play as well. Straight in, works straight away and connects with the web camera and gives you that USB functionality. And then of course you have that audio out if you choose to use headphones. I don't know if you're like me and working long hours in the night or start early on in the morning. You just want to be comfortable in your home office, and you could be sat there for 8 hours a day. Most of us actually don't get up and have our lunch. We actually sit at our desk, which can be really frustrating and really bad for your posture. So make sure to check your posture by having the right desk, the right chair, and then with this monitor it becomes even easier with an ergonomic design. It's allowing you to do multiple different options. So you have the option to tilt your monitor down -5 degrees, or plus 35 degrees. So if you want to stand up and push your monitor to tilt it all the way back and look up, that's really helpful. I like that. Thinking about buying a standing desk. Then you have a height adjustment of 150 millimeters. So you can change the height as well for those people that are short, or those that are tall, or those that are in the middle. So then you have your swivel option, which allows you a 180-degree swivel, which is really handy whenever you need to show anyone to a colleague, a friend, loved one. You can just swivel it around and away you go, or you can sit it in the corner of your desk and swivel it towards you. And then another good option as well for those that are working in the stock market, social media, advertisement, is the option to pivot. So you can pivot 90 degrees one way or pivot 90 degrees the other way. Then of course you have your key feature, and what we're going to be looking at all the time. We're not going to be looking at the design or the bezels, but we're going to be looking at a 27-inch or 68.5 centimeter display, measured always corner to corner. It's Quad HD resolution, so it's a really high quality resolution for all of those PowerPoints, emails, and a little bit of gaming. I must say I did try a bit of gaming with this. Absolutely fine. Has a 2560 by 1440 resolution and fairly impressive 350 nits of brightness. So here in the UK we can celebrate. We're currently in June, nearly July, and the sun is out and it's been enjoyable. We've gone from absolutely freezing cold to really warm. It's actually got a nice bright display as well when that sunlight comes in, especially from the light source I've got on the right hand side of me. Using an IPS panel that allows for a brilliant colour accuracy and various angles means you're working or editing on photos, they will be real life as what you saw and took and what you want to share as well on social media. If you haven't followed me yet, please make sure to follow me. All the links will be in the video description. I tend to use an IPS display over a VA panel, but it all depends what you want for gaming as well, slightly different there. But it does come with a wide 16:9 aspect ratio and allows for most of your apps to sit on your desktop. Of course for me, I normally have mine zoomed in for my visual impairment, but you can see what's going on in the stock market. You can have your Teams chat open, your emails open, and a Word document, and what is happening across my socials. So you could choose to have a social desktop set up. You could see all the different stories and what's happening. And in the vertical format, this could be used, as I said, for news reading and the scrolling through TikTok, or even the stock market. For those who have a desktop or laptop with a dedicated GPU, you can utilize adaptive sync technology, where your monitor and GPU will have a little chat to get the best frame rate and give you a fluid and smooth experience, and eliminating a judder and stuttering experience whilst gaming. Utilizing 75 Hz refresh rate, which is 25% more than the 60 Hz standard, and never miss that final shot or get over that final race line before everyone else, especially on Mario Kart World. So by now, hopefully you've noticed the web camera fixed to the top bezel. It's not discreet as others that I've seen where it sort of simply goes into the top bezel because they're so narrow. It has the option though to maintain your privacy. As it swivels, you can swivel it round to show the lenses or hide when you finish that team meeting. Having that option does give you a level of security and privacy, which is really important. So it's a 2 megapixel sensor that can be used to log in with Windows Hello certified, so that's really great. Has that built-in microphone. As I said, you can use the monitor control buttons to change that on or off if you wish, but really positive to have. Yes, it's only 2 megapixel. For me, in a bright lit room, it was okay. It was usable, so I've tried it on FaceTime with the Mac. It just worked straight away. Windows plug in play works straight away. So from an accessibility point of view, this monitor has a few features to assist, from easy tactile buttons on the front of the monitor that have the small little pictograms to know what button and controls you have. So as well as hardware, there are some other features. So flicker-free technology, removing the flickering light that some users may see, which would lead to eye fatigue, eye strain. That's a great option for me. One of the other options that I use and I like to see on a monitor is low blue mode. So this removes the harsh blue lights that can cause eye fatigue and tiredness as well, and helps you read lengthy documents, work emails, and even work late in the night if you wish. So this monitor is really designed for those that are in a business focused world, those that are either in a big office, work from home, those that are accountants, bookkeepers, those that are in marketing, social media, stocks. Whatever you're into, this will be a great monitor. So some of the key benefits for me: 27 inches is a great size for any home office. think any larger, most people would struggle. Great to have the option of using a desk arm if you wish, so you could even have more room on your desk. I'm looking to start doing that as well and testing with monitors. Color accuracy is good as well and pinpoint, so whatever you took a photo of you will see on your monitor thanks to an IPS display. A wide viewing angle so colleagues and loved ones can see what's going on your monitor, so make sure to behave. Connectability is also a positive, having 2 HDMIs and 1 display port, so I'm able to connect consoles, I'm able to connect my Mac Mini. With a desktop PC, it's best to connect via DisplayPort to get that best option with your GPU and adaptive sync technology. And overall, a good monitor, able to be flexible with an ergonomic design. And then with a 3-year warranty, you've got a bit of peace of mind as well. So it's available now, and in the UK costs £317. So all of those features for that amount of money is really good. I will make sure to leave a link to AOC and Amazon UK in the video description. All that's left to say is thank you for watching, and make sure to check out my latest videos over here to the left. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe today, ring that notification bell, and you'll be updated when I share new videos. And have a great day.